Have you ever wondered why some people stay calm no matter what happens, while others let one small comment ruin their entire day? The truth is, the problem isn't other people, it's how your brain reacts. Psychology reveals that anger and emotional pain aren't as uncontrollable as they seem. Once you understand how your mind works, you'll stop giving people power over your emotions. Today, I'll show you the psychology behind emotional control and the simple techniques that can completely change the way you respond to difficult situations. First, understand the 90-second rule. Whenever something triggers you, your brain releases stress chemicals that naturally fade away in about 90 seconds. But most people keep the emotion alive by replaying the event again and again in their minds. The real problem isn't the trigger, it's the story you keep telling yourself afterward. The next time someone upsets you, don't feed the emotion. Let those first 90 seconds pass and you'll notice how quickly your mind begins to calm down. Second, stop believing people control your emotions. You've probably heard someone say, "They know exactly how to push my buttons." But here's the truth. Nobody can push buttons that don't already exist. Your triggers usually come from old experiences, insecurities, or emotional wounds. Instead of asking, "Why did they make me angry?" ask yourself, "Why did this affect me so deeply?" The answer will teach you far more than blaming the other person ever will. Third, remember that anger is usually hiding another emotion. Most of the time, you're not actually angry. You're hurt, disappointed, embarrassed, or afraid. Anger simply protects those vulnerable emotions because it feels stronger. When you identify what you're really feeling, you stop reacting and start solving the real problem. Vulnerability creates understanding. Anger usually creates distance. Fourth, discover your greatest superpower, the space between trigger and response. Every emotional situation gives you a tiny moment where you can choose how to react. Most people never notice this moment because they respond automatically. But when you pause for even a few seconds and ask yourself, "How will I feel about this response tomorrow?" you immediately regain control. That small pause is where emotional intelligence begins. Fifth, become the observer instead of the emotion. Imagine watching your feelings like clouds passing through the sky. Instead of saying, "I am angry," tell yourself, "I notice anger arising." That simple shift separates you from the emotion. Suddenly, you're no longer controlled by it, you're simply observing it. And once you can observe an emotion, you can choose what to do next. Sixth, see difficult people differently. What if the most frustrating people in your life aren't your enemies? What if they're training your emotional strength? Every rude coworker, impatient boss, or negative person gives you another opportunity to practice patience, self-control, and confidence. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this situation teaching me?" That one question completely changes your mindset. Finally, protect your peace with healthy boundaries and better stories. You don't have to accept disrespect just to keep people happy. Calmly communicate what you will and won't accept. At the same time, remember that your emotions are shaped by the stories you tell yourself. Instead of assuming someone dislikes you or wants to hurt you, consider another possibility. Maybe they're stressed, distracted, or dealing with problems you can't see. Change the story, and you often change the emotion. The goal isn't to never feel anger. The goal is to stop letting anger control your life. Every time you pause instead of reacting, every time you choose understanding over frustration, you're training your brain to become stronger. Emotional mastery isn't about being born different. It's built one response at a time. The more you practice, the less power difficult people have over your peace. And that's when your life truly begins to change.